Mark Twain, one of America's most beloved authors, was not only a storyteller but also a keen observer of human nature, life, and society. His quotes are gems of wisdom wrapped in humor, insight, and a candid honesty that resonates with readers of all ages. To read Twain's words is to peek into a mind that didn't shy away from challenging conventional ideas, encouraging people to live genuinely, embrace imperfections, and question everything. One of his most impactful statements, "The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why," captures a deep, universal truth about the importance of purpose. It reflects Twain's belief that life isn't merely about existing, but about discovering a reason for that existence, a purpose that drives, fulfills, and defines each individual. He didn't merely observe life from a distance. He lived with curiosity, exploring people's motivations, behaviors, and choices. Twain's approach to life was an invitation to see beyond the surface, to think independently, and to understand that each moment and decision could lead us closer to our own meaning. Twain's wisdom on personal growth and self-improvement remains timeless. "The secret of getting ahead is getting started," he wrote, urging people to avoid overthinking and hesitation, which can often paralyze ambition. In Twain's view, action is the antidote to self-doubt, and by beginning, no matter how small, the journey toward success or self-fulfillment begins to unfold. This advice is both simple and profound, a reminder that no dream or goal can come to fruition without that first crucial step. For Twain, the act of starting, even if imperfect, is more valuable than waiting for the perfect moment, as time is often wasted in waiting. Each of his insights speaks to his belief in the power of proactive living, where small steps taken consistently lead to great accomplishments. In his reflections on human nature, Twain shows an understanding of people's virtues and flaws with a rare empathetic humor. His quote, "Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it," sheds light on the idea of selective truth-telling, a practice not rooted in deception but in discernment. Twain believed in the value of honesty, but also understood that honesty, when shared indiscriminately, could be misinterpreted, misused, or unappreciated. By suggesting that truth has its rightful recipients, Twain reminds us of the importance of choosing wisely whom we confide in, a lesson as relevant now as it was then. Life for Twain was a series of relationships, each one teaching us about trust, boundaries, and the qualities we value in ourselves and others. Courage was another quality Twain held in high regard. Yet his concept of courage differed from the ordinary. He said, "Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear." Here Twain dismantles the myth that bravery is the absence of fear, replacing it with a more realistic, attainable version of courage. To him, courage meant feeling fear yet proceeding with resolve, allowing fear to coexist with bravery. This philosophy speaks to Twain's understanding of human resilience and the necessity of facing life's difficulties with a steady heart. Fear is universal, and so is the strength to confront it, a truth that Twain believed everyone could tap into. Mark Twain also had a sharp view on the illusions of success, understanding that societal definitions often lead to dissatisfaction. "Comparison is the death of joy," he remarked, warning against the dangers of measuring one's worth by the standards of others. In Twain's eyes, happiness is self-derived and unattainable through the pursuit of material success or the validation of others. His quote underlines a powerful lesson on personal fulfillment, encouraging individuals to focus on their unique journeys rather than competing in a race towards superficial goals. By acknowledging that joy dies in comparison, Twain advocates for an inward-looking perspective that prioritizes contentment, self-acceptance, and peace of mind over societal approval. Twain's insights into life and aging hold a mirror to the human experience, urging people to cherish every stage of life without succumbing to regret or longing for a different past. He observed that people often worry about the years slipping away, yet he believed that true wisdom comes only with age, making every year valuable. His words remind us that life is not about preserving youth or clinging to the past, but about growing wiser, kinder, and more resilient. Twain viewed aging as an opportunity to accumulate experiences, gather insights, and become the fullest version of oneself. In understanding Twain's words, we're encouraged to approach life with humility and humor, to see age as a friend rather than a foe, and to remember that each phase brings with it a wealth of knowledge that no amount of youth could replace. As we immerse ourselves in the wit and wisdom of Mark Twain, his legacy as a writer who understood life's deepest questions, fears, and joys becomes even clearer. His quotes serve not only as lessons, but as invitations to think, question, and live fully. Mark Twain's work, timeless as it is, reminds us to approach life with a light heart, a curious mind, and a fearless spirit, a combination that promises not only happiness, but a life well lived. One of the most profound insights from Twain is his view on freedom and individuality, highlighted in his quote, "Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect." Twain challenges the natural human desire to conform, suggesting that true independence lies in thinking for oneself, regardless of popular opinion. This advice serves as a reminder that society's trends and prevailing beliefs are often fleeting, while individuality holds lasting value. Twain believed that blindly following the crowd can stifle personal growth and rob one of authentic experience. In this way, he prompts us to question our choices, beliefs, and allegiances, encouraging a journey of self-discovery where one's thoughts are shaped by personal conviction rather than external pressures. For Twain, life was too precious to be lived according to others' expectations. It should be embraced in its full authenticity, with each person carving out a unique path. Twain's views on kindness and compassion also emerge in his musings on human connection. He once remarked, "Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see." In his eyes, kindness transcends boundaries, language, and even perception, acting as a universal form of communication that touches every human heart. For Twain, acts of kindness are simple yet powerful gestures that bridge gaps and heal wounds, a sentiment that remains especially relevant in today's world of division and misunderstanding. His words encourage us to see kindness not as a grand gesture, but as a small, everyday practice that can make a profound difference. In a society often preoccupied with competition and success, Twain's words remind us of the strength found in gentleness and the importance of compassion in building meaningful relationships. Reflecting on integrity and self-respect, Twain advised, "If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything." This insight speaks to the simplicity and freedom that comes with honesty. Twain valued truthfulness as a means to live with clarity and peace, avoiding the web of complications that deceit brings. In a world where people are often tempted to embellish, hide, or alter the truth, Twain's advice is refreshingly straightforward. Honesty simplifies life. By choosing truth, one avoids the burden of maintaining lies, allowing for genuine connections with others and a clearer conscience. For Twain, truth was not just a moral obligation, but a practical strategy for a peaceful, uncomplicated life. Twain's reflections on ambition and contentment are equally insightful. He once said, "Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first." This quote serves as a reminder of the importance of personal responsibility and resilience. Twain believed that entitlement was a trap, leading people to disappointment and bitterness when life inevitably fails to meet their expectations. Instead, he urged individuals to take charge of their destinies, to work hard, and to cultivate gratitude for what they have. In Twain's eyes, success and satisfaction are earned, not given, and the only reliable way to achieve them is through one's own efforts. This perspective encourages self-reliance and resilience, key traits in overcoming life's inevitable challenges and setbacks. A recurring theme in Twain's work is his caution against taking life too seriously. He famously said, "Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand." Humor for Twain was a powerful tool for coping with life's hardships. He believed that laughter could break down barriers, soften the blows of adversity, and lighten the weight of everyday struggles. Twain's humor wasn't merely entertainment, it was a way of life, a means of finding joy even in difficult times. By encouraging people to laugh at themselves and their circumstances, he taught resilience through lightheartedness. His advice serves as a reminder that life's challenges, while serious, need not overwhelm us if we maintain a sense of humor. Twain's wit invites us to face life's difficulties with a smile, recognizing that laughter can often be the best response to even the most daunting problems. Twain also touched on the theme of simplicity in his quote, "Life is short, break the rules. Forgive quickly, kiss slowly, love truly, laugh uncontrollably, and never regret anything that makes you smile." Here Twain advocates for a life lived fully, free from the constraints of excessive caution or hesitation. His words encourage a philosophy of embracing moments, following one's heart, and appreciating life's joys without reservation. Twain saw life as a fleeting gift, one that should be filled with genuine experiences and unapologetic happiness. This perspective invites readers to let go of regret, to be bold in their affections, and to find beauty in the imperfect, the unplanned, and the spontaneous. In Twain's view, the richness of life comes not from restraint, but from openness, from a willingness to embrace each day as an adventure. Another of Twain's memorable lessons comes from his perspective on education and learning. He famously quipped, "I have never let my schooling interfere with my education." Twain understood that true knowledge often comes from experience rather than formal instruction. He valued curiosity, independent thought, and learning through exploration. Twain's words remind us that education is a lifelong journey, one that extends far beyond the classroom. His philosophy challenges the traditional notion that learning is confined to academic achievement, encouraging people instead to learn from the world around them, to seek wisdom in unexpected places, and to remain curious throughout life. In Twain's view, real education is about understanding life, people, and oneself, not just memorizing facts or earning diplomas. In his reflections on human pride and humility, Twain observed, "A man's character may be learned from the adjectives which he habitually uses in conversation." Twain believed that language reflects one's inner life, and the words people choose reveal their values, perspectives, and true character. His insight encourages mindfulness in speech, a reminder that words are not only tools of communication, but also reflections of the self. For Twain, character was built through self-awareness, integrity, and humility, traits that manifested in how people spoke and interacted with others. His words inspire us to pay attention to our language, to choose words that reflect kindness, respect, and understanding, and to be mindful of how our speech influences our relationships and our reputation. Twain's timeless wisdom on friendship can be seen in his quote, "Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life." Twain valued simplicity, companionship, and the quiet peace that comes from contentment. In his eyes, a fulfilling life was one spent with loyal friends, enriching stories, and a mind untroubled by guilt or regret. This sentiment is a reminder of the beauty in life's simple pleasures, of the value of genuine connections, and of the importance of finding peace within oneself. Twain's ideal life was not about wealth or status, but about the richness of experience, companionship, and a clear conscience. His words invite us to seek happiness not in material wealth, but in the enduring joys of friendship, learning, and inner peace. Twain's legacy as a writer and philosopher is not merely in his humor or his stories, but in his wisdom that transcends time and speaks to the core of human experience. His words resonate because they are grounded in universal truths about life, happiness, and what it means to be truly human. Through his quotes, Twain offers us a lens through which to view the world more clearly, urging us to live with courage, laughter, and authenticity. In every sentence, there is an invitation to embrace life's beauty and complexity with an open heart and a curious mind, to find joy in the simple and profound, and to live in a way that, as Twain believed, makes each day a testament to a life well lived. Mark Twain also had a sharp view on hypocrisy and the contradictions within society, which he captured poignantly in his quote, It is curious that physical courage should be so common in the world and moral courage so rare. Twain observed that people often show bravery in facing physical dangers, yet hesitate when it comes to standing up for truth, integrity, and justice. For Twain, moral courage was of a higher order, requiring individuals to confront societal pressures, challenge norms, and remain true to their values, even at personal cost. His words remind us of the distinction between mere bravery and true moral strength, suggesting that the courage to do what is right, even when unpopular or difficult, is a rare and admirable quality. Twain's insight resonates in a world where moral integrity is often compromised for convenience or acceptance, urging us to cultivate a kind of courage that is rooted in ethical conviction rather than mere bravado. Twain's reflections on human folly and self-deception are also significant. He famously remarked, "The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for." Twain's words point to the value of discerning true friends from fair-weather companions. He understood that genuine friendship requires loyalty, trust, and mutual sacrifice, qualities that are rare and precious. Twain's insight challenges us to choose our friends carefully, to seek relationships that are not only enjoyable, but deeply supportive and reciprocal. His words also serve as a reminder that friendship is not defined merely by companionship, but by the depth of trust and commitment shared. In Twain's view, true friendship is a rare treasure, one that enriches life profoundly and is worth both cherishing and protecting. In his unique take on wisdom and folly, Twain once said, "It's better to keep your mouth shut and appear stupid than open it and remove all doubt." Twain's humor here underscores the value of silence and the wisdom in choosing words carefully. For Twain, speaking less often reveals more wisdom, as impulsive words can lead to misunderstandings, embarrassment, and regret. His advice encourages restraint, reminding us that sometimes silence can communicate more than words. Twain understood that people often speak impulsively, driven by the desire to appear knowledgeable or important, when true wisdom lies in observing, listening, and speaking thoughtfully. His humorous take on the power of silence highlights his belief that measured words are often more powerful than a flood of unnecessary ones. In reflecting on personal responsibility and freedom, Twain remarked, "You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus." This quote emphasizes the power of perspective and clarity in understanding the world. Twain believed that reality is often shaped by one's mindset, values, and imagination. Without clarity of thought, even clear vision cannot reveal the truth. His words remind us that seeing clearly requires both an open mind and a grounded sense of self-awareness. Twain's wisdom here speaks to the idea that true understanding comes not just from physical sight, but from a well-rounded view of life that includes imagination, empathy, and insight. For Twain, cultivating a sharp mind was as essential as having clear vision, as both together lead to a fuller, more insightful experience of the world. Twain's view on ambition and authenticity shines through in his quote, "The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself." Here, Twain emphasizes that self-acceptance is fundamental to happiness. He understood that the deepest form of loneliness is not isolation from others, but alienation from oneself. His words encourage self-awareness and self-acceptance as the foundation of a fulfilling life, suggesting that true happiness arises from being at peace with who we are, rather than from external achievements or relationships. Twain's wisdom here reminds us that authenticity and self-love are vital, and that the journey to happiness begins within. For Twain, a person who is comfortable in their own skin is never truly alone, as they carry with them a sense of inner peace and fulfillment that no external situation can take away. In discussing the power of determination, Twain noted, "The secret of success is making your vocation your vacation." Twain believed that true success comes when work feels like play, when passion fuels effort, and when there is joy in the process rather than just the outcome. His words reflect a belief that fulfillment comes from aligning work with personal passion, suggesting that when we pursue what we love, work becomes a source of satisfaction rather than a burden. Twain's insight speaks to the idea of finding purpose and joy in one's daily efforts, making success not just a destination, but a journey filled with passion. His advice encourages us to pursue careers and goals that resonate with our interests and values, as this alignment leads to a deeper, more lasting sense of accomplishment. Twain's perspective on personal growth and learning is evident in his famous quote, "The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them." Twain saw reading as a privilege and a means to grow, expand perspectives, and understand life's complexities. He believed that those who neglect this opportunity are as disadvantaged as those who lack the ability to read. For Twain, books were not only a source of knowledge, but of wisdom, empathy, and insight. His words remind us of the power of literature to broaden horizons, challenge beliefs, and enrich the mind. Twain's insight encourages a lifelong commitment to learning, urging us to value and utilize the gift of reading as a means of personal and intellectual growth. In his reflections on worry and overthinking, Twain humorously noted, "I have spent most of my life worrying about things that never happen." This quote captures Twain's awareness of the human tendency to fret over imagined troubles. Twain believed that worry often consumes valuable energy without producing any positive outcome, as most fears are exaggerated or unfounded. His insight encourages living in the present, embracing reality rather than succumbing to hypothetical anxieties. Twain's wisdom is a reminder that worry, while natural, is often unnecessary and self-defeating. By focusing on what is real and within our control, we can free ourselves from the burden of imagined fears and lead a more peaceful life. His words serve as a gentle nudge to focus on what truly matters, to let go of baseless concerns, and to live with a clearer, lighter mind. Twain's wit and wisdom on relationships and love are reflected in his quote, "To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with." For Twain, happiness was magnified when shared, suggesting that life's greatest joys are best experienced in the company of loved ones. He understood that human connection adds depth and richness to moments of joy, transforming fleeting happiness into lasting memories. Twain's words highlight the value of companionship, the beauty of shared experiences, and the warmth of human bonds. His perspective reminds us that joy is multiplied in sharing, and that relationships bring meaning to life's celebrations. For Twain, the essence of happiness lay not in solitary achievements, but in the shared laughter, love, and companionship that make life worthwhile. Finally, Twain's perspective on wisdom and humility is perfectly captured in his statement, "The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog." Twain's humorous observation speaks to his realistic, sometimes cynical view of human nature. While he deeply understood people, he also saw their flaws, contradictions, and complexities. His fondness for animals, particularly dogs, reflected a love for loyalty, simplicity, and unconditional companionship, qualities that he found refreshing in contrast to human behavior. Twain's humor here highlights his belief that sometimes the simplest connections are the most fulfilling, and that animals often embody virtues like loyalty and honesty that people struggle to uphold. His words remind us of the joy found in simple, honest companionship, and the importance of treasuring those who bring us peace and happiness without expectations or pretense. Twain's reflections cover a vast range of human experience, from personal growth and courage to relationships, wisdom, and humor. His words resonate because they are grounded in universal truths, capturing the essence of what it means to live, love, struggle, and find joy. In reading Twain, we are not only entertained but enlightened, as he shows us the value of introspection, resilience, and self-awareness. Twain's legacy, through his quotes, offers timeless guidance on how to lead a meaningful, authentic life, one filled with laughter, courage, and kindness. His wisdom invites us to live with a heart full of curiosity and a mind open to life's lessons, reminding us that the journey to understanding and happiness is lifelong, but well worth the effort.